welcome back to my Star Trek Online Let's Play. It's pretty late night where I am at, but luckily I don't have work tomorrow, so I can sleep in. Okay. I guess we're going to continue on with the Spectre featured episode series. Hopefully we'll try to finish both of them tonight, so let's play Everything Old is New. Follow the mystery back to the place where everything is familiar but nothing the same. Get help of a legend to discover the Devidians' ultimate plan.
Obviously, the Devidians have found a way to harness this surge of triolic energy. The existence of the Devidian portal means they're traveling freely between the station in the present and in the past. Since 23rd century technology can't detect the Devidian phase shift, that time period is rife with potential victims. The only choice now is to stop the incursion at the source. You'll have to take that portal into the past and find out how the Devidians are creating this new surge of triolic energy. Stop them and find a way back without altering the timeline. Don't worry about temporal investigations. I'll pull a few strings. They'll never know you were gone. Best to keep your team small just in case.
So you're saying I should just go into like a possible dangerous situation with only 2 red shirts? On the twin feather beam, right? That's basically just the same as a phaser, but it gives you like the retro TLS look. Except
until next time.
Okay, so go to Dorzana.
Welcome to Dorzana.
Yeah, okay. I need you just to go to this console and start descend to the Devidians portal. Okay, I'll click accept. Or maybe just... Yeah, we're going back in time to TLS era, so might as well just make my away team stick out less, so... Dun 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 dun. A portal. A properly modulated energy discharge should allow us to use this portal to follow the Devidians back through time. Once we get through, though, it might be a bit trickier to get back. We should bring as few people as possible to minimize changes of the to minimize the chance of starting the timeline. Okay, continue. It would be cool if we actually got some TOS uniforms, but we could just simply shoot it.
Enemy target enter.
Take portal to the past. We're still in the Dorzana station, sir. Just in the past. We need to be very careful here, Captain. If we damage the station or injure anyone, we could damage the timeline irrevocably. Even if Jake doesn't care about the temporal prime reaction, we should. We're still Starfleet officers after all. Set weapons to heavy stun. We're still in the computer core, Captain. Strange, I wonder why there's nobody here. From what I remember about this time period, there should be someone here. Even just a technician. If we can find the wire parts, we could cobble together a subspace fuel emitter and perhaps get an idea of what the Devidians are doing here. But using 21st century technology will make it much more difficult. The Federation won't develop ways to detect subspace variations that Devidians use until almost a century from now. I'll make a list of equipment here that you can use to fine-tune the Dorzana station sensor array. We can probably find a regulator component somewhere near the computer core, and induction coil on the power system level. Okay, let's collect parts. Okay. So let's examine the door. No wonder nobody's here. The station is on medical alert. None essential personnel are confined to quarters, and the computer core is locked down. Fortunately, the lockdown works both ways. No one can get in, but we can't get out either. Lucky for us, these old systems had some well-documented problems. It shouldn't be too difficult to write the controls. Yeah, like it's kind of like an interesting thing. Like during the TLS era, they kind of make the computers seem way more dumber for the time period than compared to the other Star Trek series. I guess they're trying to emphasize more on like human control than complete automation and reliance on technology. So, sir, these odd Durotonic computers have a memory fault that makes them susceptible to overloads. An overload could cause it to lose processes like the one blocking the door to the computer core. In this century, there shouldn't be any task that could overload them, but there's an information on 21st century warp geometry problems that would be insoluble with the processing power available to the computer. If we set the constant event processing to part of this problem, it might be able to cause a memory overwrite that will make the computer lose security lockdown. Okay, so use memory operation console, so reset. Okay, time to play around with consoles. Positive and normal. Control. Okay, so okay, we played with this one and okay, this is supposed to be like set in TLS era, but I don't remember, like, this actually kind of looked very high-tech compared to the aesthetics in this particular room. Though, like, those, like, chain link grates, that those are classic to TLS, so Like they're trying to like combine stuff together. Okay, now this one. Oh yeah, it's one of those like puzzles I have to like me figure it out, so. Oh, that was easy. That did it. The door should open now. Now let's see what I can do. Hey, wait, what are you doing here?
What are you doing down here? The station is on medical alert. Nobody's supposed to be in the computer core area but me. Hey, is that a weapon? Don't try anything, or I'll have to stun you.
Okay, you got two options. I'm lost, or just simply attack him. I'm lost.
The lift shouldn't have let you come down to this level. How did you get here?
Okay, I came. I can just tell him the truth, or I was stuck in the lift and the station went to alert. This is where it let me off, or I could just attack him, but let's try this.
You should have used the intercom to call for assistance. It's not safe to move about the station during a medical alert.
Alright, I should get back to the main station area.
Follow me. I'm going to call security for an escort.
But if I, oh, this is good. But if I'm contagious, won't you be in won't that be dangerous?
I guess you're right. Look, just go up to the maintenance lift, get to the emergency medical center as soon as possible, and get checked out. There's a doctor up there who has set up a triage center for the affected patients.
Thanks. I hope this medical... okay, I hope this medical alert is resolved. I mean, this guy would just wander around aimlessly, like. So that counts for useful items. Found a tronic transducer relay. That's good. And you gotta love like some of these like TOS design graphics. Sir, I'm reading a patrol team ahead. Since the station is on medical alert, they are probably following the standard patrol patterns. We might be able to sneak past them or even lock them in one of the side rooms. Ah. Crap, okay. Run away, run away. Before they see us. Actually, what AI is kind of stupid. Like, they're trying to, like, simulate actual thing. They'll probably see us by now, but. Alright, and lock door. Okay, now they're trapped. Whether or not they're gay is a completely another question, but yeah, they're trapped. Okay. Oh yeah, like since last time I forgot to like open my duty officer, like let's see what I get. And I got a Dr. Setback clone. Okay. More Trog Wave. There must be a Deviant somewhere on this station in this time period. Yeah, that's why we're here. I can knock out the instance, or I could just... Hey.
Oh, hey. You shouldn't be here. You should get up to the quarantine area.
There's always like an option to attack her, but okay, like, what you working on?
Oh, just running a level 3 diagnostic on the subsystem. The computers on this station are state-of-the-art. I can simulate an entire copy of the station and display every piece of it as a wireframe model.
That doesn't sound that impressive, but okay, that's impressive.
I know, isn't it? I'm very fortunate to be able to work here. Working on a station like this really strikes home just how modern and new everything is.
Isn't this substance tied to the main computer core?
Yes, although it has its own memory and subprocessor as well. It can even work in parallel with the computer core's main processor.
What happened when you tie it into the main computer memory?
Here, I'll show you. That's odd. The core isn't responding to my request. I need to go talk to Lieutenant Myers. Make sure you get up to the quarantine area and get checked out by the doctor.
Continue. I checked for useful items. Or indeed. Improper access may cause injury and or death. For hardware access, disable all power taps before servicing. Discharge the static electricity before contact with lead. Unlock safety cage prior to access. Unclamp the data lead to regulator. Okay, so let's see. I guess I can disconnect. Unlock safety cage.
Shield losing power.
Okay, let's try this again. Disconnect power. Touch static discharge plate. Lock safety cage. And remove computer monitor. And I'll take regulator. Another little. I feel like I can scan this from crafting stuff. Okay, now let's move on. I can. Oh yeah, like these people, they're still trapped. Like gay rats. Like. Okay, now take maintenance lift. This isn't the pod distribution house, sir. Security override or to the turbo lift. They must detect their arrival. Station security will probably be here any minute now. If we are going to get out of this without a fight, we gotta look for alternative security. We'll have to find the console we can use to override the turbo lift. Okay. So what's this? they should also be stunned. Yeah, maybe there's some kind of bug with the code, but well, let's kind of do that. See, like, originally, I was supposed to, like, go, like, it was like around this. It was supposed to be about end up here, and I tried to, like, sneak around to there, but well, I guess this is a more direct path.
Hold it right there.
Wait, did that woman has a man voice? Attack. Alright. Okay, we just like stunned Dr. Girlfriend here. Oh, you can tell that they're stunned because you can actually still see them twitching. Wait a second, are these two NPCs the same person? Man, like, I thought my last mission had clones, but I got my part, so and those guys are still standing around doing nothing. I can see, yeah. No, they all look different, so. Sir, we should be able to find an induction coil on this level as part of the power system. Then we simply need to rig the subspace inducer sensor array, and we can pinpoint the Devidian incursion. Okay, I think we went into the triage center. Dr. Leonard H. Wow. You there. Don't just stand there. Come over and give me a hand. People are just dropping like flies on the station, and all I can do to keep up. Okay, who are you? Wait, what's okay? We know who he is. He's Doc. It's Bones. Like, who doesn't know about Bones? Like, Dr. McCoy. What's going on here? Some kind of illness affecting people on this station. Blue flashes and ghost stories. There's has to be some reason for it, and we need to stop it. People are dying here. Okay. What do you need me to do? As far as I can tell, all of these people are reported seeing those strange blue flashes of light. Now they're all dying. They're worse than dead. Their brains are gone. Whatever disease is, it's suppressing brain activity at an alarming rate. It's almost as if the energy between the neurons had been removed somehow. Yeah, actually, they're kind of serious because, like, if something like that really happened to your brain, it could have, if you don't die, you could still have like a serious effect. Like, you could be virtually like lobotomized or lose function to lots of parts of your body. Like, yeah, like that's actually in real life. That's like something like that is actually very serious. The blue blast seems to be associated with a strange form of radiation. So we set up the triage center here. That crazy engineer said that our distribution station is heavily shielded. What kind of radiation? How should I know? I'm a doctor, not an engineer. Ugh. Classic bones. The blue flashes are still happening. Anyway, we need some way to replace the newer energy. Jumpstart their brain somehow. Like reinforcing a drained shield generator. Actually, if you play like a different career path, you get different like metaphor here, but yeah. I suppose that's one way to look at it. But the mind is much more complex and delicate instrument. Yeah, I just explained it. Like, maybe that's the key. The brain might be able to restart itself. If stimulated correctly, give it the energy it needs, and then it stimulates to make it spread through the nervous system. I need to know how much neural energy the survivors has so that we can find how much they lost. Then we'll need to apply the cortical stimulator at the correct frequency. It's no panacea, but it may save lives of the crew. Saving lives is important to making sure that everything turns out the way it should. Man, that's... Come on, grab a tricorder and start checking the neural activity of some of these survivors. Take notes of your reading, and we're going to have to calculate the difference from the healthy-minded mind and determine the right frequency to stimulate the brain. Normally, the human neurons have a resting potential of negative 70 millivolts. Once you have some readings, we'll calibrate the cortical stimulator and try to revive some of these people. Okay, let's scan neural patterns here. Okay, so scan neuron resting potential is negative 60 millivolts. Normal human neuron. Continue. So scan neural sodium potassium. Neuron sodium potassium gates damage. Okay, and scan for anomalous neural activity. Sodium potassium gate damage by forcible ion movement likely cause sudden change of neural voltage. Predict the results: hallucination, loss of motor function, and nervous system damage. Yeah, that's kind of like shows how like really your brain is like the most important organ. Like, okay, now let's find the other person to scan. Okay, so scan neural resting. It's 58 millivolts, negative 58. Okay. Serotonin level elevate. Neuron limits to plus 15 MV access potential. Normal human is plus 30. Sodium potassium depleted. Some neurons incapable of electrical response, likely caused by sudden change of neural voltage. Predicted results: fatigue, blurred vision, dulled senses, and loss of autonomic functions. Okay, now let's talk to Bones here. So, okay, slow down. Okay, I think I just may have bugged this out. Okay, look, I might have to go back in and out, so. Okay, let's start this again then. Luckily for me, it won't start right at the beginning of this mission, so. Okay, are we being through this? Let's skip all this. Okay. Being there. And I'll scan this lieutenant here. Okay. Yeah, okay, yeah, so. No, let's. Talk to him. Wait, let's try some few findings. Okay. Normal humor is negative 70, normal humor is plus 30 MV, and neural change rest as continue. Okay, so request explanation. You need to restore the mind to the baseline state. Do your findings and set the cortical stimuli later so they can be, so it will reset their brain back to normal. Hopefully, a little push from the cortical stimulator, so the brain will repair itself and with some time and rest. Okay, so set voltage to resting. So okay, so 70. Okay, so set sodium and potassium channels. So let's try that. Let's give it a try. Okay, so McCoy is going to test. Feels strange, but better. It worked. We need to get this to the station. Okay. Sir, this might be a good chance to find that induction coil. So okay, I'm going to borrow an induction coil. Actually, I'm trying to question, like, like, surely, like, we need some kind of anticipated way to like scan the dividends. So why don't we actually like make a device and bring it along before we head into the portal? Like, kind of like seems a little pointless to basically seems like lazy just to. That's just lazy. Let's enter inside space. As we're concerned, the mirror is adjusted to an active scanner station. What do you make of these readings? The image shows that the station is becoming suffused with triolic radiation. The radiations come from a drifting comet. The comet itself is emitting mass amounts of triolic energy, and the Devidians must realize that it's a natural source of the energy, and they're using it as an easy way to shift into sync with us. It's like riding behind the wake of a ship in water. More metaphors, okay. But that's not all they're doing, sir. They are harnessing triolic energy and infusing it with the chronoton particles. That they could have enough energy to move the entire station out of phase. Maybe the entire sector. We have to stop them. The comet is the key, sir. But we can't do anything about the comet without a ship. I don't think a 21st century vessel is going to be able to do a job. Yes, because like because by our standards, those things like a 21st century ship should be hauled as garbage. With this information, it's clear that we have to find some way to strike Drifton's comet, sir. We can use one of our auxiliary reactors in sync with the subspace measure that we hooked up to the station Earth to make a temporary port that will take us back to our time. Once we make it back, we'll have to report it and find a way to bring a ship back with us to strike the comet. Okay, so harmonize the auxiliary reactor to generate a temporal portal. Seems easy enough. Alright. Well, let me check it like. Yeah, I had to tab out for a quick second, but more blue light. Okay, so redirect reactor to triolic portal. We have another problem. We absorbed so much triolic radiation at this point that traveling through the gate again could cause radiation poisoning. Normally we just use a hydrogen to flush out, but our medical supplies aren't protected against the phase shifting. Our hydrogen supply is probably already irradiated, and it isn't the sort of problem that comes up frequently. We need a large dose of hydrogen to chelate our existing triolic radiation and protect us from the transition, but back to the portal. There's one person who can probably get it for us. Yep, we have to go back to to McCoy. See, like, in most cases they were good at voice actors, but in this case, no, because DeForest Kelly has long since passed, and actually that actually kind of reminds me, like, I remember like hearing an interview with one of the devs of this game, Al Rivera, and the question brought up is that would they bring in would they use an impersonator to do the voice of characters where in real life their actors passed away. And of course, like, Al, in response, Al said, no, it'll probably be like, no, though, because there'll be a lot of fans that will probably try to crucify us, saying that they're insulting the legacy, these actors' legacy. Though Al then after said that, well, the only situation we would consider doing it if we actually get Chris Doohan to do the voice of Scotty, since, well, Chris can do a very good impression of his father. Yeah, let's talk to McCoy. Something else you need? Actually, I have a friend who took a little too much trialic radiation and could use some high roll Allen, whatever you call it. A friend A, with all this radiation flares that the station's experiencing, we're probably going to be a little short on hydrogen ourselves. I could maybe spare a hypo, but if your friend is getting radiation, he or she is on the station already. I need a double dose to chelate out the amount of trial radiation. You should never lie to your doctor or your bartender. That much radiation would mean you're experiencing something close to an epicenter, like fooling around with trialic waves. You don't need green blood and pointy ears to know that that's a bad idea. But when the people on this station really needed it, you came through. I appreciate that. I think I could spare a few doses. Just don't let the station's captain hear about it. Thanks. Look, I'm not sure who you are or where you came from, but I'm not one of those to look a gift horse in the mouth. I'm just an old country doctor, but I know better than to ask too many questions about a little unexpected help. You probably shouldn't loiter around here too much longer, or people will start ask questions. I'm going to put these cortical simulators to good use, and thanks, you saved lots of lives today. We can take the portal back to our time whenever you're ready, sir. Okay, so let's return back. Have you heard that little beep beep? That's like a notification on Discord. I'm just going to check it quickly. Okay, I get it's an automatic popped up, but let's...
So Driffin's comet is the source of the triolic radiation. That explains a lot. However, we cannot simply destroy it in our time. The Devidians have the means to go back to the 23rd century and harness its energy there. However, that will be their only other chance. Before that, there's no Drozana station, so there's no place that will be close enough to the comet's trajectory to be of use to them. The only logical solution is to alter the past. Destroy the comet there, and save the Federation. As it happens, I have access to a way to transport your ship back to the 23rd century. It's risky, but I think the odds are in your favor. And if they aren't, there's always time for another try. I'll make the arrangements. Stay in touch. Drake out.
Okay, so let's collect our reward.
Until
Congratulations, Commander.
Sweet, a level up, so... Oh, okay, our next one is right there, Knight of the Comet. No voiceovers this time. Okay, we determined that the Devidians are using prog energies of Tristan Comet to ease their entry into our phase variance. That is the cause of all the incidents in the neutral zone. But it's worse than that. It's possible that, given the amount of triolic and temporal energy in the comet, that the Devidians will be able to destabilize areas of space surrounding the comet enough that they will put it and everything into it. In essence, they're trying to steal an entire sector. Resulting effect to their surrounding space would make the destruction of Ramos look like popping a party favor. The only thing we can do is to stop it. Stop it is to destroy Comet before the Devidians can use it. It's not enough to do it in the present because the Devidians would still have access to the 21st century when the Comets move past the Drozana station. Let's destroy it there. You'll need your ship this time, so you can't use the Devidian portal on the station. I can help you get to the path. You need to follow my instruction precisely. Good luck. Ooh, I get in this minute I get like choice of free like TOS style weapons.
Until next time.
Okay, I'm just going to like tab out again. Alright, so beam us up. Okay, so Knight of the Comets will go to BP 113 system. And it's just right on the next sector block over. Just while here, like maybe I can just do put out some offer missions like Okay, so enter. Knight of the Comet. Incoming hail, Captain. Do you want me to put on the main food screen? Okay. No voiceovers in this one. Like, you should feel privileged, Yote. Very few people ever get to see the system. My organization have gone to a lot of trouble to keep it off the navigational charts. This star is ideal for what a starship pilot calls a slingshot. Section 41 use it from time to time to deal with problems that take more creative approach to solve. Your best chance is of getting back to your point in time where you need to be is to use this star gravity to accelerate your ship in such a high speed that you will be able to access the time continuum. I'm taking the liberty of having light speed breakaway calculations added to your ship database. You will need to hit a series of points as you move around the star. After you make your approach, you should be able to navigate the beacon. Aim for it, and you will have the correct trajectory for the slingshot. This is a tricky maneuver, Cioti. If you don't have each point correct in correct order and time, it won't work. I hope your helm officer is up to your the task. We'll continue. Well, one more thing before you start. I also added a holometer to your vessel. You will appear to be a Klingon D7 with the appropriate access codes for the time period, but still have access to all the 25th century firepower you will need to deal with the comet. Don't alter the timeline any more than you have to. Destroy the comet and stop the Devidians. But other than that, try to stay out of trouble. I wish you luck. I have a feeling you wouldn't think I was being sincere. Okay, so continue. We're ready to engage the holometer. Start our run around the star on your command, Captain. Okay, so activate your ship's holometer and then slingshot. Okay. Actually, I got to see the holometer, like, does make... It's pretty convincing, but I'm thinking, like, in reality, for something like that to work, shouldn't be using a ship that is actually, smaller than a D7, like, because if I use it on a ship like the Heavy Escort, like, it won't fit, like the hologram, it won't fit around it. Okay, so got in one. Another point done. Okay. And fine. Sweet, we're going back in time. Captain, based on our decay of elements in this system, we arrived approximately 150 years in the past, somewhere around the Earth year 2265. Sir, incoming hail is from a computational class starship I found identifies itself as the USS Reuben James. Putting it on screen now.
Attention, unidentified ship. I am Commodore Jacob Ross, in command of the USS Reuben James. We have been searching for a Klingon vessel reported to have attacked a colony in the Gliese system. You fit the description of the ship we are looking for. Unless you can prove you are not, we will take immediate action.
Captain, Reuben James has closed the channels. They are not responding to hails, and the weapons are charging. We cannot seriously damage Commodore Ross's ship without risking damage to the timeline. But we must defend ourselves and complete our mission. Recommend we fire to disable. Okay, let's subdue the USS Reuben James.
Ships in range, please, we need help. I don't know what these things are, but they're all over the station. They're killing people. Please, you have to help us.
Whoa, continue. Captain, the command approach the station. The Trigon is making it easier for the Devidians to manifest. The people on the station don't have any way to fight them. We have to help them, or they'll die. So, okay, we'll beam over. Whoa. Back on 21st century Dorzana station. Okay, so read multiple Dividend lifeline. We need to work quickly to clear the station of presence. Sir, I don't think anyone here appreciates the Devidians crashing the party. It's like in webfire, broken glass, and signs of a struggle. It's a bar fight, sir. We need to quell it if we want any chance at some Devidians. The Temple Finder effect is in effect, sir. Recommend we set all weapons to stun to minimize possible damage to the timeline. Okay, let's... but basically stunned anyone else. I'll scan this for a quick second. So, yeah, another group spawned where I beamed in. How did I miss that?
Not attempting to stop us. We hunger. We must flee. Leave immediately, or I will amplify the time distortion and destroy this station. You will not survive.
Hey, those things are holed up in the lounge, and they've got some of my customers in there with them. The door is barricaded, but a few hits with a phaser should take care of that. Get my people out of there!
Continue. Okay, turns out time to rescue some people locked in a room, so.
Thanks for the help, friend. What were those things? That spirit snuck up on me. I noticed a spike in triolic energy, and I was working to adjust the station's shields to compensate. I went to fetch a hyperspatter, and I was attacked. If you help me, I can finish my repairs before the triolic energy reaches lethal levels.
Okay, like, actually, like I say, the voice actor here, the voice acting here is pretty good. Like, see if you, I may mention it before, but it seems like that's actually the late James Doohan's son, Chris Doohan. As I said, like he can't do a very good impression of his father. And I guess like seeing it's his own son, I guess there'll be like minimal repercussions from like diehard fans saying that they're insulting his legacy. Well, his son, seeing that his son is literally his legacy. You know, I could tell you, like, actually, well.
By the way, you can call me Scotty.
Okay, so let's escort Scotty. How do you have? Actually, I'd like to say a few things. Like, by the end of this week in Canada's Remembrance Day, it's pretty much remembering, like, if for anyone who don't celebrate, basically, it's a day where we remember, like, soldiers that passed away, that died in past wars, and as well as honoring our veterans. And I gotta tell, like, before, James Doohan, like, before he got into acting, he actually served in the Canadian Armed Forces during World War II. And in fact, he was actually on D-Day, and after getting, like, shot, I believe, 6 times, he was able to take out 2 German snipers. Yeah, like, let that sink in, like, and even, like, also because of war, like, well, they don't seem to have it on this digital model, but he did actually lost a finger during the war, and not only that, but it was actually his middle finger, which kind of makes you wonder, like, the story behind that, like. But of course, like, when Doohan was playing Scotty, they don't directly look at that particular hand, and in some cases, in close-up scenes, they actually have, like, hand doubles. But there are a few times where you actually do see his, like, a few occasions where you can actually really see his hand missing a finger. And I just, like, which, I gotta tell you something, like, it's, see, like, he is, like, a Canadian war hero, and probably and from what I hear, like, an even more, like, badass than the characters that, like, he was basically an even bigger badass in real life than the character Captain Kirk, which part of me kind of feels like it was kind of like a very shame that most fans remember him for that scene in Star Trek V where he bumped his head as some attempt of a comic relief joke, which really, like, yeah, it's kind of like the current thing is embarrassing, but now let's continue on with the mission. So, talk to Lieutenant Commander Scott.
Just as I suspected, the triolic energy is increasing. We'll be cooked like a haggis if we don't do something about it. There is a wee store on this station. The lass who runs it, Cassidy, said they might be getting a supply of the new quantum flux regulators. The Mark II versions. If we had one of those regulators, I could modify the flux coordinating sensors and use them to modulate the shields protecting the station. That would buy us some time. Go find Cassidy. She'll know where they are.
Okay, so let's get a quantum flux regulator from Cassidy. Yep, look at all these people here recovering from the big bar fight with the Devidians. Oh, there she is.
What were those things? They were floating, and then one looked at me, and I feel so weak. And then it lifted me up, and it was horrible.
Okay, continue.
Are you looking for something from the store? A quantum what? I'm sorry, I'm just too scared right now to think about selling anything. I'm closing down until I get my wits about me. Maybe it would be best if I packed up and went back to Sherman's planet.
Yeah, I take it you don't experience like alien attacks that often. Okay, I guess that part of me understand it's stressful, but yeah, like they can seem like they were like literally trying to eat your brain. Like I guess that can really shake up anyone. So, what can I do to help?
I don't know. Maybe a nerve tonic would soothe me. Can you get one for me?
Nerve tonic. Yeah, it's all seeing like there's no indication that Bones is still on the station. I guess the only guy who got an idea would be the bartender. So,
What can I get you?
I need a nerve tonic.
A nerve tonic? Almost every culture in the galaxy has nerve tonics. Most worlds have multiple variations, and everyone thinks that the one their grandmother made is better than all the rest. Look, I tend bar at a commerce station in the middle of one of this quadrant's busiest trade routes. It's my job to be able to make anything you want, but you gotta be specific. I could make you 14,647 different nerve tonics, 18,397 if you're bowling it. So, what kind do you want? Tell you what, one of the waitresses should be able to help you narrow down what kind of nerve tonic would be best. Talk to one of them, and then come back. I'm sure we can make exactly what you need.
Huh. Yeah, like... Okay, let's talk to the waitress, like... let's talk to her, like, did I figure out what kind of nerve tonic, like...
Who do you think you are? First the lights go all strange, then these weird creatures show up, and worst of all, you're here picking fights with my best customers. Look at dear, brave, handsome Captain McQueen here. He could have been killed. You should be ashamed of yourself.
Well, you're welcome. About nerve tonics.
Nerve tonics? How could I think about nerve tonics when my sweet Captain McQueen is injured? Well, if you want to know about any sort of exotic beverage, go ask that drunken Scotsman. I mean, Lieutenant Commander Scott. He knows more about alcohol than anyone I've ever met. While you do that, I'm going to make my sweet prince all better.
Okay, let's go back to Scotty.
Did you get the quantum flux regulator?
Do you know about nerve tonics?
Nerve tonics? Ah, you don't look like you need one of those. These wee beasties are troublesome, but they're not as bad as a ship full of angry Romulans. Now, I've been known to enjoy an occasional nip of Scotch whiskey. That's the only nerve tonic you'll ever need. Why do you need to know about them?
I'm looking for a nerve tonic for Cassidy.
Oh, for Cassidy. Now that makes sense. She's a bonny lass, that Cassidy, and more than willing to spend a little time with the right Starfleet officer, if you know what I mean. But she hasn't got the stomach for fighting. Is she alright? I hate for anything to happen to her.
She's singing up, but she'll be fine.
Glad to hear it. Sounds like she needs something to take a wee bit of the edge off. And that happens to be one of my specialties, along with transwarp transporter technology and warp field mechanics. Cassidy's been meeting me every evening in the bar for a spot of cheer, but I've never seen her order a nerve tonic. Perhaps if I told you what she likes, you'll be able to figure out the right mix. The bartender will help you.
What does Cassidy like to drink?
I've seen Cassidy order these drinks.
Okay, so let's talk about like the Alvarian brandy.
Cassidy didn't like the salty taste of the Albion brandy, but she really enjoyed the fact that it was garnished with a drop of honey that floated on the top of the drink. Bah, garnish is getting in the way of a fine beverage, if you ask me. Can you imagine putting a wee piece of pineapple in a glass of 20-year-old single malt? It's preposterous.
Yeah, like hey, some people like pineapple.
I've seen Cassidy order these drinks.
Blood wine. Okay, let's talk about blood wine.
The only time I saw Cassidy ordering blood wine was when she was feeling under the weather. Poor lass. She liked that it was served warm, but she hated those blasted heavy metal mugs that Klingons use. And the potency of it was a bit much for her to handle. A girl like Cassidy needs something with a little less kick.
Okay.
I've seen Cassidy order these drinks.
Let's talk about Devidian mead.
Zalay brought Cassidy a Devidian mead a few nights ago. Ugh, terribly sweet stuff, like drinking syrup. Cassidy didn't like the cloying sweetness, and the wee bird broke out into highs because she was allergic to the fruit garnish. I'm not ordering any of that stuff again.
Good to know.
I've seen Cassidy order these drinks.
Fire wine. Yeah, fire wine. That sounds like something that will go easy through you. Like
Cassie and I got into a drinking contest with a Klingon one night, and we ended up drinking fire wine. It's not as good as Scotch, mind you, but it's better than drinking water coolant. The next morning, after she picked herself up off the floor, Cassidy told me that the fire wine was so spicy that she was afraid that it'd eat a hole through her stomach. I had to send her to see Bones for a checkup. Also, she said that drinking from those shallow bowls made her feel like someone's pet targ.
Okay, so no fire wine for her.
I've seen Cassidy order these drinks.
Martini.
Martinis aren't my cup of tea, as it were, but Cassidy seems to like them. She appreciates that a martini should be served as cold as possible, but since she nurses her drinks, the cold tends to dissipate, and she doesn't get the full effect. She's quite fond of those fancy stem glasses, though.
Yeah, who doesn't like stem glasses?
I've seen Cassidy order these drinks.
Maybe I should ask if she likes it shaken or stirred. The Sumerian Sunset.
Cassidy really likes her Sumerian sunsets, mostly because of the sour taste. She hates that the drink is so weak, and has been trying to convince the bartender to add garnish to it, to make the happy feeling last longer. But he won't, because then it wouldn't be a Sumerian sunset. Me, I say a drink is a drink. If the lady wants a garnish, give her one.
Okay, so
I've seen Cassidy order these drinks.
And Sagara whiskey.
Cassidy really likes the little pick-me-up of a drop of Skagarian whiskey. But she doesn't like the wee shot glasses or the silly paper umbrellas. Who ever heard of putting a wee paper umbrella in a glass of whiskey? It's sacrilege. If I ever go to Skagara, I'm going to give them a piece of my mind.
Yeah.
I've seen Cassidy order these drinks.
Well, since we're on the subject of fancy drinks, maybe I should tell you what I like to drink. See, like, you heard of a rum and coke? Well, actually, I kind of like did an experiment at home. Like, I actually got a bottle of like this pretty nice Cuban rum, and I actually put it with, and then I mixed it with Coke Zero, and to add a little bit of touch, a scoop of vanilla ice cream. Trust me, try it out. It's very good. Like the vanilla, like the rum and the vanilla actually go, and the vanilla ice cream actually goes very good together. So, like, if anyone in America will be watching this, like, not sure if we were able to like get any kind of Cuban rum because last I checked the embargo is still in effect. So. Talk to the bartender.
What can I get you?
I need a drink.
I'll need some more details before I can make a drink for you. If you need help figuring out what combination of ingredients you want, you should talk to one of the waitresses. That's what they're here for, after all. So, do you want it to be hot or cold?
Okay, hot.
What kind of flavor profile are you looking for?
Okay. Sour.
How strong do you want this drink to be?
A little pick me up. Should do it.
How would you like this drink to be served?
In a shot glass. No, not that. In a stem glass.
And last but certainly not least, what kind of garnish would you like?
A drop of honey.
This should be all the info I need. I'll put the drink on the bar when I'm done. I'll put the bill on your tab.
Thank you. Say, I've just seen like the specification of the drink. Actually got a challenge for anyone who's watching this. How about try to make something like that, like the Nerf tonic, and maybe experiment around a little and try it out and tell me how it, and put it in the comments saying how is it like, because that sounds like really that sounds like something you can actually make in real life. I'll talk to Cassidy.
Do you have a drink for me?
Try this.
I love warm drinks. They're so relaxing.
I'm glad you find the temperature pleasant.
There's a lovely sour note to this drink. I feel so refreshed.
I'm glad. I thought it would be right for you.
There's just enough oomph to this drink to make it really stick with you. I like that.
It looks like you could use a little pick-me-up.
I love the style of this glass. It accentuates the flavor of the ingredients.
Aesthetics are important. The right glass makes the right drink even better.
Honey! Oh, that bit of sweetness is just perfect. It adds the most delightful note to each sip.
I'm glad even the last drop of this drink is making you happy.
Ah, that is marvelous. I'm feeling much better now, thank you. What tool was it you needed? A quantum flux regulator Mark II? I have one of those right here. Please take it as a thank you.
You're welcome. Now let's go return Scotty. Talk to Lieutenant Commander Scott.
The right tool for the right job. I'll start making the adjustments, but I don't know if I've got enough time. You can't change the laws of physics. The trialic energy levels keep rising, and since our show, the blasted comet is to blame. Modulating the shields is not going to be enough. Something needs to be done about that comet if we're going to live to see the morning.
Continue. That's why we're here for. Captain, the station is safe now, but we still need to deal with the comet in orbit. If the Devidians are able to harness its energy, then they will be able to pull most of this sector into their phase variants. Past, present, it will be all disrupted. Let's beam to ship. This is as close as a contractor will take to Dorzan stage time. We need to start a comment while we still have time. Sir, a group of Klingon fossils have entered the system. Please see channel, putting it on screen now.
Ah, a ship from the House of Duras! I am Captain Bavat, son of Warat, and leader of my house. My brother died due to Duras' treachery. I will avenge his death with the destruction of 100 Duras ships. Prepare to die!
Okay, so we met the past, like the younger Bavat, and apparently our ship resembles the very much the hull generated ship. The sky ship resembles a ship from the House of Duras, and apparently there's a conflict between Bavat and the House of Duras. So, you know, I think something that they really don't elaborate much, but pretty much that's the gist of it. Like, Captain, we can't afford to change the course of events any more than they have been altered already. We know Captain Bavat survived this day. We need to attempt to disable his forces. He's calling for reinforcements. We need to destroy the comet and return before we're overwhelmed. Okay, so That did it, Captain. The remaining common debris is too small to be a threat. Now we just need to find a way to... One monster, I'm detecting a temporal anomaly forming inside the Leo.
If you are receiving this message, then you and your crew have completed your mission. Driffin's comet is destroyed, and the Devidians are no longer a threat to the Federation. You've done well. And to prove that I'm not the immoral monster that some make me out to be, I'm going to help you. When you last docked at Deep Space K7, I had some modifications made to your vessel. One of those is the addition of a Borg temporal node salvaged from a cube in the Batron cluster. It's set to return you to our time. Congratulations on a job well done. Drake out.
Sweet. It seems like we're able to go... We're going to go back to our time very easy. Yeah, maybe we can actually get rid of our garbage cow disguise. That's okay, let's help Drake.
Excellent work. I knew I could count on you. The disappearance of Driffin's comet in the 23rd century will be a scientific curiosity. I have taken steps to suppress information that might reveal our involvement, and I trust that you and your crew will refrain from telling stories about what happened here. After all, we're getting along so well. One thing I hope you'll take away from all this is that any opinion you may have of the immorality of so-called rogue elements like Section 31 is a bit naive. Contrary to popular opinion among some Starfleet officers, we do not spend our days plotting evil and committing random acts of villainy like characters in a bad holo novel. We protect the Federation from threats. Thanks to you, the Devidians are no longer on that list. If you think about it, everything we do is to preserve the freedoms you so enjoy. You should be grateful. Drake out.
Alright. See, when that speech in there kind of like shows like the motivations of Section 31, like even though they do like they're kind of like, see, like I'm saying, like they are people that believe that the ends justify the means, and if an action does lead to defense of the Federation, then they'll take it regardless of what regardless if it does break game rules or not. So, well, let's collect our reward.
Until
congratulations,
next time.
Starfleet Medical has analyzed the reports of the attacks on ship and stations near the Klingon border, and they've noticed...
We'll do that next episode then. I guess before I go, like... You know what? Like I tell, like, Daredevil... Okay, well, I got a promotion that I can actually unlock. I can actually have, like... holographic versions, bridge officers that... made to look like TOS characters. I see if I just claim it right now, I can claim it on any turn I want, but if I claim it now, I can get like a whole bunch of like duty officer requirement form that'll give me an officer. And thinking like I told you about, like, since Remembrance Day is coming up and we should remember and honor our soldiers, I guess I'll claim. Transaction successful. Okay, that. Let's get ourselves Hollow Scotty in honor of a great actor, as well as a World War II vet and a Canadian hero, James Doohan. So let's join. Actually, with them you can actually rename them, like. Name, okay. Well, pretty much, well, it doesn't really matter, but Hollow Scotty. Hollow Scotty. Wait, this field contains your... Oh yeah, I think I remember that you can't like name your characters after canon characters, so. Scotty. Hollow Scott. Alright now. Let's take a look at hollows. Space trade, like these are his traits here, and improve your hollow stretch and damage control skills, which turns effective ability of heal and grant. So if you suddenly you get a little boost, so. Hollow Scotty. Well, I guess, well, since it's... I guess, like, since, of course, since it's late, I guess I should, like, start calling it a night, so. I just want to say, like, have a good night and see you next time.